to the best shit. Your guys hit me up. They're like, yeah, there's some crazy chick online. She says she wants to kill you, so just don't go to New Mexico. And I was like, all right, bet. I won't do that. They're like, she said she wanted to kill somebody else. I won't even say their names. I don't want to get him in a heap. But like, yeah, as long as you don't go to New Mexico, you should be good. I'm like, all right, no plans.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild times. Wild times. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wild times when people celebrate people getting killed now. Like, that never happened before. Like, even when someone bad got killed before, you're like, oh, wow, that's kind of crazy.
I've been thinking a lot about this.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, I don't think we all exist in the same reality anymore. Not on some multiverse shit, but, like, just, like, how
we see the world.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's, like, especially with Charlie's death, because I was in Australia when it happened, so, like, I had time. Like, I wasn't doing pods, I wasn't doing stand-up, I'm just, like, sitting around in a trailer all day this movie, so I, like, started watching, like, a bunch of his stuff. Also, I want to say he did something really cool. Like, I didn't really know him, but, like, you DM'd a couple times, but he saw a headline about me once, and he DM'd me. And, like, I don't even have a relationship with this guy. He goes, this headline looks a little weird. Like, I know we don't really know each other, but, like, is this what you meant? And, like, there are people who I know I've considered colleagues that haven't even afforded that to me. Yeah. They just ran with a headline and, like, made a video, got clicks, views, or whatever like that.
Right.
Like, this guy I don't even know hits me up and goes, is this what you meant?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I met him once at a gun range.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I met him at Terran Tactical. So I was down there training. You know, do you know what Terran Tactical is?
This is the one where you see, like, a lot of, like, celebs.
The one where you see celebs. He trained Keanu Reeves for John Wick. He's the man. Like, Taron Butler is, like, a multiple-time world champion shooter of those, you know, the events that they have where it's timed or a shooter ready.
Yeah.
So I met him there. He seemed like a real nice guy. You know, I didn't know anything about him back then. I didn't know much about his beliefs and views that were controversial until after he got killed. And then people started sending me stuff. And I was like, okay, what's the context of this? He shouldn't have said it that way. There was some ones that we've talked about before. One specifically, you know, but look, the fucking guy, first of all, was 31 years old.
Yeah.
All right. When I was 31, thank God there wasn't, like, Twitter, or especially when I was 21. Oh my God, thank God. Thank God. You know, judging like that's like that Nick Fuentes kid. He's like 26. Like, thank God. It didn't exist when I was fucking 21.
Dude, yeah.
I was a fucking moron. I was a complete moron, like most people, especially if you grow up around morons.
Yeah.
But I think he said a few things that if I was his friend, I would say, don't say it like that. I know what you're trying to say, but don't ever say, when I go into a cockpit, I hope that the pilot, if he's black, is qualified. I know what you're trying to say. You shouldn't hire underqualified pilots.
Yeah.
But saying it like that,
just because of the color of their skin.
He's probably not hanging out with black people, not knowing how offensive that's going to be for them. How you got to go, that's not what I meant. Like, you got to, that's not what I meant before you say it.
Yeah.
You got to run it through the filter. Like, what am I trying to say?
Yeah.
We all don't want unqualified people to do dangerous fucking jobs, period. Doesn't matter what race they are. If all of a sudden white people became a minority and they had to start hiring dopey whites,
we'd be upset. And he makes that argument a lot. Like, he makes it with sports. You know, he's like, all right, if the NFL is going to be 50% black and, you know, like, so, but again, like, the context is taken out.
Yes.
And I think that's what happened. Like, the algorithm flattens all of us into a two-dimensional person. And, like, only the views that tap into, you know, your biggest insecurities, your biggest fears, not the views, only like the lines we say or the videos, whatever, that tap into those things.
Or what terrible things you want confirmed.
Exactly. The things you won't confirm. Like, that's what the algorithm does. And, like, I realized it when I was doing, like, a promo tour for Life, my last special, right? I would go on a couple pods that, like, and, like, maybe, like, 10, 15, 20 minutes into the conversation, I would realize, like, oh, wow, they have a very different view of me than me.
The New York Times one.
No, well, the New York Times one, I was, like, expecting it for sure. But even when I went on Dax's podcast, Dax knew me. But his co-host, I was like, oh, she has an idea of me that's, like, cultivated by the internet and headlines.
Cartoonish.
Exactly. And it's just a flattened version, right? It's like, there's really no humanity in it. It's just, these are the things that people are saying that I'm saying with no context.
Right.
And then you just create an archetype. And, like, I think in a lot of ways that's the Charlie thing to the furthest extreme, right? It's just like, if you're on the right, there's one version of Charlie. If you're on the left, there's another version of Charlie.
Right.
And when he died, this person that you saw as like a good, God-fearing man, you're like heartbroken by it. And then on the left, this person you saw that was like bigoted or hateful, you're like, okay, I'm not really heartbroken by it. Some people are even crazy enough to be like, he deserved it, or this is what you get, right? But they can only have that feeling if he's completely dehumanized the version of him that they see all the time. Mm-hmm. That happens to you. It happens to me. It happens to like anybody who's on the internet talking, for a few hours a week. And when I saw that shit, and especially I saw like this visceral reaction to Charlie, that's what sows the insanity in the country, because the people on the left are seeing the people on the right be heartbroken, but they're like, why are you heartbroken over this guy who's a bigot? And the people on the right are seeing the people on the left celebrating. They're like, why are you celebrating the death of this God-fearing family man? And both sides just think each other is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
When in reality, he's neither of those cartoons.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was just... The life thing, when I was talking to those people, I was like, 20 or 30 minutes in the conversation, be like, oh, wow, like, yeah, you're not kind of who I thought you were.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, because you let people tell you who I was in 30-second clips. It's not like I have 4 hours of podcasting every single week that you can indulge in to figure it out.
What do they try to label you as? Like, what's the angle they take on you? Is it you're part of the manosphere? Oh, you're heterosexual. That's a problem.
I hate it.
Heterosexual is a real problem in this day and age.
Yeah, no. It's I think that like
manosphere.
I think there's like Roganverse, like manosphere, like, and I think that this is kind of a new iteration post-election. So I think what a lot of people are struggling with the fact is they're trying to like find a way that the Democrats lost the election without taking any accountability for like what they were doing.
Right.
So it's like, oh, because he went on Rogan and Schulz and Theo's podcast. Yeah. That's the reason why he won. It's like, no, they kind of ran a dead guy that was very unpopular, and then they ran a woman that can't really talk that well in front of the camera.
An open border for 4 years that freaked everybody out.
Sure, but like in New York, people aren't really worried about the open border.
Oh, they were. You don't think they were? I talked to a lot of people in New York that were upset about the migrants that had been shipped there, that they were putting it up in the Roosevelt Hotel.
Yeah.
How crazy that was.
The migrant crisis for sure, like New York, I think like affected people. I'm not saying it didn't, but like, I don't think that they attach it to the border. I think they're more just like, well, just don't send them here. You know what I mean? Like, just keep them down there or whatever. Like, you guys chose to live near the border.
Remember when they sent them to Martha's Vineyard?
Oh, yeah. They
sent him to Martha's Vineyard. It's like, get the fuck out of here. They moved him out so quick. Martha's Vineyard is all liberals, bro.
Yeah.
It's all super rich Mercedes driving limo.
It's the NIMBYism. What is it called? Not in my backyard.
Exactly.
Right. That's like and there's Ezra Klein. Do you know Ezra?
Yes.
Yeah, and like Ezra did a great piece, and it's so funny because like he's trying to be reasonable right now. He's like trying to have.
And they're calling him a right winger.
And I keep hitting him up, and I'm like, bro, you're doing the right thing when there are groups that like hate you because you're actually trying to like win an election. You're trying to be reasonable. He had this whole thing about like, hey, the reason why they can build a lot of buildings in Texas and why we can't in Los Angeles is because there are restrictive laws, and people are like, this guy's an animal. And I'm just like, all right, buddy, I don't know what to do. So I understand that frustration. Shit, I've felt it a million different times. Like you try to be nuanced and reasonable. There's really no place on the internet for it because why would the algorithm reward anything nuanced and reasonable? That's not entertaining. I want to see Nick Fuentes talk shit.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to see like a thoughtful take from some like TV host.
You want Sam Hyde.
Get wild, Sam.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Get
like,
wild.
Now, does it mean that I agree with these things?
No.
But the algorithm doesn't know what you agree with or not. They just know what you click on, share.
It's part of the fun of the internet in general is that it's not regulated. So when wild people break through and everybody goes,
Bro, what was the first thing we did with Sora? You got MLK giving a speech and a Down syndrome kid walks up and goes, peanut butter.
Right. Well, how about those videos where they had like Trump playing in a band and like there was Clinton was on the saxophone. Did you ever see those?
No.
Oh my God.
But like,
they're incredible.
We're going to make
They're playing Creedence Clearwater Revival together.
I mean, I still
Fortunate
like it
Son.
when the Down syndrome kid comes up and it just says peanut butter.
It's all good.
It's guilt-free because he's not a real person.
Right.
He's made up.
Right.
Okay.
You can laugh at him.
We can laugh because it's not a real person. the sounds would be crazy. I mean, we got to see it just for the sounds, right? Just.
Did they just announce that is OpenAI doing an erotica version? Peanut butter.
No, they said they wouldn't censor it. They're like, it's not our job to be the moral police.
Oh well, then it's over. Then it's Andrew Schulz porn all day long.
Yo, so that's the crazy
Gay
thing.
porn too,
Can
by
they
the
do?
way.
Listen, hey, bro.
You handsome devil.
Hey, the mustache.
Isn't moral police of the world after erotica ChatGPT post blows up.
So that's the thing. Can you do it? Can you make porn with us, or can you just make it with like random?
100% can with you.
With what about you? We can't make porn with you.
Me too. I just want you to feel it.
You hit me with the Spider-Man meme. You make porn with you. Do it. Get him.
Well, it's going to be a real problem with female celebrities. I mean, it already has been a problem. They face swapped Natalie Portman onto porn stars' bodies.
Remember they
before.
were doing when we were kids with Photoshop. The second Photoshop came out.
Yep.
There was like tons of porn. Who's the lady that ran for president from Alaska?
Oh, Sarah Palin.
Yeah, Sarah Palin was like every
right.
single porn video.
Yep.
So, yeah, why would they not do it?
They're doing it 100%.
But the thing is,
the real thing,
we won't be upset as long as like we're throwing it down. Like we'll be upset if like our wives are in it.
Right, that'll be an issue.
But if somebody makes a porn where I got like a huge cock and I'm just fucking shit up.
But the problem is it's going to be your wife getting teamed on. It won't even be like
Joe,
fun.
Why are we putting these things out there in the world? Why you keep giving them ideas? The internet is a dangerous place, and it always ends up with me getting fucked.
Yeah, the world's dark right now with this because there's no rules and people are just, it's sort of like if you gave the world matches for the first time. And they're like, I could just start a fire?
Do you think they did that initially when they created fire? They're like, we need some rules for this shit.
I
We
think
just can't let everybody
for
do it.
sure should. I mean, I
That
thought
was
about
gun
that
control?
before.
Was that like the original
how
gun
weird
control?
is it that I don't even have to have a license to have one of the most powerful forces in the world at the palm of my hand, and I could be 6.
Okay. Imagine after the Chicago fire, right? Like 80% of the city is decimated. I don't even know what year that is. Probably 1800s or something like that.
Did they say, maybe we got to take matches away from these motherfuckers?
Or like fireplaces or some shit. Like,
Right.
I bet they didn't let you build a house out of wood anymore. Right?
All
Like,
houses are made out of wood.
yeah, but we need concrete or something. Like
No,
we need
that's
another
not
building.
why they did that.
Why'd they do it?
Probably for structural rigidity and like from the cold, it's better. If you have like, I would imagine there's a bunch of reasons to make something out of brick. It's hard to get into.
Well, I imagine you
It
made
won't
out
light
of-
on fire. Concrete is.
Yeah.
They're making. By the way, they probably should have did this a long time ago, but they're making fireproof houses now in like Malibu and places like that. Rich people.
Yeah,
Like you would imagine, like if you're living in a place that like once the fire hits, no one's stopping shit.
so
They just busted somebody for that.
I know I saw that. Like the person who started the fire.
Yeah.
It wasn't in Palisades. It was like the one that connected to it or something like that.
Something like that. But this dude was like really into fires. Like he had a bunch of ChatGPT prompts about fires, and
That's an interesting autism right there.
it's a weird one, man.
You could have had trains or dinosaurs, but
You got
you
fires.
got fires, bro.
There was one guy
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
arrested. He had a fake fire truck, and he was at
Nah,
the
bro,
Palisades
that-
fire. He was a convicted arsonist.
How much Tylenol your mom take
He
that
bought
you
a
end
fire
up wanting
truck.
a fake fire truck?
He bought a fire
Oh, so
truck.
a real fire truck.
Yeah, he bought a fire truck,
Yeah.
painted the logo on it, or whatever, and then drove it to the Palisades where the fires were.
Oh,
Like,
and then
that's how-
started the fires,
Well,
but nobody
they
suspected
They
it.
don't know if he started fires. They don't know.
Yeah.
But they do know that this arsonist was at the fires with a fire truck. And they're like, "You're not a fireman, dude.
Yeah,
in
but,
fact, you're the opposite of a
That's
fireman."
the thing. That's why it's kind of, it's like a brilliant disguise.
Yeah. Well, in the middle of the chaos, Huberman filmed a bunch of guys lighting fires. He said it was nuts. He said there was like teams of people running around starting fires while the fires are going on.
Yeah.
He said he watched people do it. People were screaming at him and honking their horn. They arrested people that were doing it.
This-
so once
yeah.
chaos breaks, it's like they did a study a while back where they parked a car on the campus of Stanford, and they parked a car, I think it was in the Bronx. The car in the Bronx got stripped immediately. They had families coming in, taking the battery and like openly because
Yeah.
they had cameras on it.
Yeah.
The car in Stanford didn't get fucked with at all. They left it alone. until someone broke. They said, let's just mix this up and break one of the windows.
It's the
So they
broken window
smashed
theory?
the window,
Yeah.
and then within a day, it was like stripped apart.
Yeah.
The guy that was going in, they caught him at a checkpoint, but I think they're alluding that he was probably going to go try to rob the houses. 'Cause there was a bunch of tools that they say were used in burglaries.
Interesting.
on
Well,
the
he's probably
ground.
trying to do that too. I mean, he's a piece of shit. But wasn't he already an arsonist before this?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's just an all-around piece of shit. It's not like, hey, I'm an arsonist, but I'm not a fucking thief.
Yeah, there's
I wouldn't
there's
steal
a hierarchy.
jewelry.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I saw people just running out of people's houses with TVs, like people were filming it from the street.
Yeah.
Just breaking in, kicking the door in, just running in. Teams of people with masks on.
Yeah. Yeah, robbing somebody's personal home feels different. I mean, it's fucked up to just break into a Kmart or any of those things. Like, but you see how like a
Oh, it's
little
way
bit,
different.
You could get caught up in like I don't want to call it the excitement, but like, you know, you're a little fucking kid and something's going down. You're like, all right, let's get after it.
Yeah.
But like breaking into somebody's home is a little.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's evil.
Yeah, because there's like a person behind it, whereas like Kmart is like this corporation. where
Also,
just,
they're always going to know you were in their home.
like for the rest of their life. Like,
Yeah.
they live with that.
Well, as long as
trauma.
they're back in that house, they're
Yeah.
going to know that when the fires broke out, you kicked in their front door and ransacked their house, and now they're sitting in it. If their house didn't burn down, now they're sitting in the house. The house probably burned down.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, their logic is like, get in there now, otherwise there's going to be a puddle of shit on the ground instead of a Rolex. Let's go get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's crazy how, like, the fires weren't even that long ago.
I know. It wasn't that long ago, but they haven't even touched a house. Adam Carolla just did a video about it.
What do you say?
First of all, he called it. Carolla called it a long time ago because Carolla's been involved in construction his whole life.
Right.
So he knows how hard it is to get permits to
Yeah.
build
This
in the
is-
Palisades. It's like no one is
All over
going to
California.
rebuild.
This
But they haven't even touched it.
Yeah, but I think they just said that they're going to start, like, stripping back some of that legislation.
Exactly. They're going to start putting low-income housing up there.
This is what happened with, I think it was in Philadelphia, right? I think it was, there was like a bridge that collapsed. You remember this? Was this in Philly, Pennsylvania? And I think the governor was like, okay, we have to rebuild this because obviously there's going to be like huge traffic situations. Like we need this thing. This is just how humans are going to kind of get around. And so they stripped all legislation and they were able to put it up in a matter of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Jamie, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I remember
And-
that story. I
and
remember
they're like,
something.
How long would this take if we didn't strip all the legislation? They're like 16 to 18 months. So you did it in 3 weeks compared to 16 to 18 months. And I think this is where people get like frustrated with all the bureaucracy and the red tape. Now, I also believe in some red tape. Like I live in New York City. There's somebody renovating above us right now. I got a kid. You know what I mean? So it's like I would like a little red tape to make sure they're just not hammering 24 hours a day.
Right.
We live on top of each other. You live in Texas. There's probably, you don't even see your neighbor. You could have a little less red tape.
Right.
But then we get to a point in New York where it's like, okay, is it impossible to renovate ever? Maybe that's too much. But there needs to be some in different situations.
100%. I completely agree. I got in a conversation about that a long time ago with Dave Rubin, where we were talking about regulations for construction sites that you don't need inspectors, and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah, that's the... Bro, they'll put the cancer in the kids' cereal.
yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Like if you don't regulate the food, they'll
Yeah.
put anything in it.
Well, that's
So you need to have somebody looking after
it's in it
this
right
shit.
now. This is this RFK Jr. shit where they're turning him into a quack,
This is-
and these companies are going to go under if they have to follow these regulations. They're following them already in Canada.
Exactly. It's like
Same factory,
Yeah.
same Fruit Loops.
And now we got to feel bad for Kellogg's, right? We're like, oh my god, they're not going to make it. Poor Kellogg's.
Didn't Newsom just veto a bill
Your boy.
that would stop forever chemicals? There was a bill that would stop forever chemicals being used on, I think, cooking utensils. Like there's certain like non-stick cookware that has forever chemicals on it. If you're scraping it with like a metal
Yeah.
spatula, it'll probably get in your diet.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
I think they were banning it. So
Why would
and
he
I
do
think
that?
he vetoed it. Yeah.
Why
He
would he do that?
vetoed a California bill banning cookware with PFAS's forever chemicals. It says the bill would cause sudden product shift, sparking debate among chefs, lawmakers, and environmentalists. No, the bill stops poison, bro. The bill stops poison for going into human bodies.
Yeah.
You profit monster.
Yeah. Did you?
You fucking profit monster.
Did you Did you see? There's a guy named Van Lathan was asking him about APAC. Did you see this? He just says something
Interesting.
Yeah. It's just so interesting.
Just interesting.
What's
I mean,
interesting
it's
about
not
it?
something
I don't think about it.
I don't. It's,
think
it's
about
just
it.
interesting. Yeah. It's interesting. Like, what
I'm
the
interested.
fuck did you
I'm
just
interested.
say?
I'm interested.
Now
Why are you
I'm
interested?
interested. Now I'm interested.
Yeah, when is he coming on?
Ah.
He's talking some shit on Twitter.
I know, it's like, you think that's gonna work? Like, that's so stupid. Like, this is such a bad look. It's such a bad choice.
There's a little desperation in it.
But it's just stupid. It's like, this is a bad strategy. Like, I probably would have had him on.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, nah, what are you doing?
There is a fun version where you just do it and cook them. You know?
He'll cook himself.
I mean, that
He'll
seems
cook
to
himself.
be
All you have
already
to do
happening.
is just ask him questions.
Yeah, it's like, why are people leaving?
Well, why do you say this thing all the time where you rattle off all the good things about California? When anybody says something bad about California, it's like, number one in Fortune 500 companies, number one in higher education, number one.
Yeah.
It was all that shit before you were there. It was all that shit forever. It's because the weather's perfect, man. It has nothing to do with
California's an unbelievable state.
Amazing.
This is just what we have to call. It's like the
mountains and the oceans 2 hours apart.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's probably, in terms of like one place, if you had to live in one state for the rest of your life, one state for the rest of your life, you could never move, and that was the only place you could live. It's California. It's like not even a question. It's
it's perfect.
If you want snow, you can have snow.
Yeah.
If you want to be in San Diego on the beach all day, you have the San Diego on the beach. You could surf, you could snowboard, you could do whatever the fuck you want. You want to be a farmer,
got
go
all kinds of parts of San Francisco, all kinds of parts of Oakland, all kinds of parts of, the San Fernando Valley. It's so different. It's like there's so many different ways you can live in California.
But they're fucking problems and people are leaving. Like, if people are leaving the place you're in charge of, don't be upset if people are critical of how you've been managing it.
Yeah.
Like Hollywood, I've been talking to like people who are making films, like the producers of films, not like the actors, right? Like the actual people who are putting the money up to make films, right? Because they'll give you the real.
Right.
Like we're filming in Australia. I'm like, guys, why the fuck are we filming in Australia? Like Australia's nice, but why the fuck are we here? And they're like, you can't make a movie in Hollywood. I go, what do you mean you can't make one? They go, you can't. I go, where was Hollywood on the list of places we could film? I go, give me the number. And they're like, not even top 10. Wow. Not even top 10.
Wow.
It was Australia, you get 60% off in taxes or something like that.
60.
We're talking about, if you're making like a $10 million rom-com, that's one thing. If you're making a $100 million, $200 million film, 60% off in taxes?
Yeah.
So something's happened in LA, and it's fucked up because I look at LA kind of like a college football town, but college football is the film industry. And it's like, if you don't nurture that, I'm not worried about the actors. It's like, there's guys who do the lighting. They do transpo. These are guys who are like, they're like working class guys. They make good money, don't get me wrong, but like that goes away. The crew that came out to film, like a lot of the crew that came out to film in Australia was from LA.
Yep.
And a lot of them have moved out of LA. They've moved to like San Diego. Like my boy Nick, who's AD, he's like, yeah, there's just no work in LA right now, so we'll travel for the job, and then I just live the rest of my time in San Diego. That's a problem. Netflix just built this like $1 billion fucking studio in Jersey. Did you see this?
No.
So like they're gonna start taking production over there. I'm just saying, like, you have the industry that everybody knows Los Angeles for. What other thing do we know LA for?
That's it. It's being famous. Music, movies. Yeah, it's all LA. That's all LA is.
I don't even know what music is coming out of there anymore. Like when we were kids, you think about like what those iconic like rock and roll venues.
Right. Well, it's also a town of lost children, right? Like one of the problems with LA is like if you wanted to talk about a town that doesn't have like an emotional base that's healthy, like the main motivation of a good percentage of the people that came out there is to get attention to make up for a shitty childhood. Like that's the main population.
LA is attention to make up for a shitty childhood. New York is money to make up for a shitty childhood.
Yes!
That's really what it is.
Yes!
It's like New York is the hedge funds and the banks because it's like, okay, my dad wasn't around, my mom hated me, but I'm going to make $1 billion. And
my mom was on pills and barely there, and
I've developed enough sociopathy where I could be
Yep.
this fucking hedge fund guy that's going to take over the world. That's what they believe. And then LA's the same thing, but it's just pats on the back. I want people to love me.
Yeah, it's both two different versions of American Psycho.
Yeah. I'm trying to wonder, like, which one is worse? Like,
New York is better because at least they have more information. They have more things they can talk to you about.
what I always say about New York is like, we still appreciate greatness, even if you're not wealthy. So like, the best skateboarder is really cool in New York.
Yeah.
The best street artist is really cool. Like,
Right.
whereas I think LA, because it's built around the entertainment industry, it's like whatever's hot. You could have a dog shit movie, but if it's the biggest movie, you're the guy.
Yeah.
And because there is that dependence on like star power over there, where I think is New York is like the kind of dependence is the banks, like the
Right.
industry doesn't rely. So like we get to masquerade as like really enjoying artists.
Right, like you could be a bad motherfucker and be playing in like subway tunnels.
And people like, yo, this guy's the
Right.
A-list.
And
Yeah.
some guys do like make it out of there like that. Like Charlie Crockett.
Busking, I believe it's called.
Well, yeah, Charlie Crockett used to just pull up and
Charlie
start
Crockett?
playing. You don't know who Charlie Crockett is?
No. Did they do a
man.
50s
No,
version of
he-
his music?
No.
That's
It's
the only way I know.
No, he does like a 50s version of his music.
Oh.
He's like a country guy who was a street kid.
Oh.
Yeah, man. He
My
had a
bad,
really-
Charlie.
He's a bad motherfucker.
My
But he
bad, Charlie.
He's
I gotta-
really good, man.
I was not familiar
He's
with your
got
game.
a voice where you're like, oh, this guy's seen some shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta check him.
So he used to.
This is fire.
He would sing on fucking subway cars. He would sing, in the tunnels.
Yeah.
He would do his shit on street corners. He was like homeless for a long time.
Yeah.
And now he's killing it.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting guy. But
Yeah.
that's New York, right? He
Yeah.
was in New York doing country music outside.
Yeah.
You can do stuff like that in New York, and people are like, look at this bad motherfucker.
That's the
You do
thing.
it in L.A., they're like, you fucking loser. You're never going to be Bruce Springsteen.
They
They're like,
don't-
whatever it is.
They don't care about the best pool player in LA.
No.
But New York, there's like a little bubble that you could exist in where you're like the king of the fucking castle.
It's true. L.A. has no pool halls.
And it's just like another version. It's like everything is geared around entertainment. And I get it. That's it. It's like if you're the coach of the football team in Ohio State, like you're the guy.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of cool in New York that you have these little bubbles where, people really value this niche thing that you do.
Well, New York has strong communities of bubbles, right?
Yeah.
Like the pool thing is a good example because LA at one time had Hollywood Billiards, which was a 24-hour pool hall that was filled with hustlers. It was like a notorious place. Like if you were a New York pool player and you were coming to LA,
That was
you
the
went to
game?
Hollywood and you went downstairs
Yeah.
and there was all these like you could get a game. And you could get a game with some fucking killers.
Every pool hall is the same, bro. It's
Yeah.
underground.
A lot of 'em.
It's like, at least back where I'm.
That was
it-
Chelsea. Chelsea Billiards was underground too. Like some of the big. That was.
And then
in
the
New
one
York
up on
City.
86 was at, I think at one point it was Amsterdam, but it was
Yeah.
it was upstairs. And then there was another one on 86th Street on the east side that was downstairs.
Oh yeah, the downstairs one's probably shiftier.
That was the one that Nicky Schulman, the guy I was telling you about that I went to middle school with and elementary school.
Oh, he would go to that one.
That's what we would just go during lunch, and I was like, why does this guy like this place?
There was hundreds of pool halls
Yeah.
in the 90s when I lived in New York. Hundreds.
Yeah.
You'd go to these like 24-hour Chinese joints.
Yeah.
You go in Chinatown and there's killer players and they could barely speak English. My point is, LA only had one.
My boy, this Chinese kid, we called him Cowboy. We went to, he was at our school. I mean, like, the kid had the strongest Chinese accent. I think he was born in America. It was crazy. It was like, I didn't even understand. I was like, this guy's got to be putting it on. He lived in like the Chinese version of like the projects in Chinatown, right? And he had a pool table in his apartment.
Whoa.
There's no room in the apartment. It's the projects, right? Like I'm watching his mom like skirt around the pool table.
That's
Half the shots you can't
hilarious.
even do, but like the obsession was unreal. And Cowboy was legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you need a place to practice in the dark when no one's looking.
Yeah.
That's the thing about pool players.
Wait, why
you
is
want to
that?
get good when no one's watching, so you can sneak up on people.
Oh yeah, that makes
So
sense.
they have this idea how good you play, but you play a lot better than that.
Yeah.
You got to be able to practice in silence.
Yeah.
when
But
no
now with
one's
the internet,
around.
you can't hustle anymore. I feel like
No, there's no hustling anymore.
I was
There's
talking-
like
yeah.
maybe a few guys that could pull it off on idiots, But amongst high-level guys, you
Everybody
can't.
knows.
All the action is knocked. My point was, there's only one place in all of L.A.
Right.
L.A. had 20 million people. There was one place that was pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a place in the Valley. There was a couple places in, like, when you start going out towards Santa Barbara. There was a few places, but as far as like the volume of New York City, it was not even close.
Yeah.
It was New York, Connecticut, New Jersey. They were all filled with legendary pool hall. We used to play at West End Billiards in New Jersey. They had a weekly tournament with like pros. It was in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Super sketchy area. Super sketchy. But you would go there and you'd see Steve Miserak playing Rodney Morris, two world-class, world championship level pool players in this shitty ass fucking weird spot with a diner counter there. It was they were everywhere.
It's a cool world, the pool world.
Oh, it's a great world.
I remember I was here, forget when it was, but like you had a guy down here. I don't know if he just did the pod, but he was like an OG, and I think he like commentates maybe now. But
Jeremy Jones. That's my boy. Yeah.
And he could hold court. Like he was.
He's a funny dude.
Storyteller.
Yeah, he's a funny dude. He was on the podcast too. He's got some great fucking stories.
Yeah, that was cool talking.
And that dude won the U.S. Open. The U.S. Open's the pool tournament where it's the U.S. Open, but people come from everywhere.
Yeah,
like people come from all around the world, Taiwan, Germany, all over the place to play in that tournament. That's the big one. And Jeremy won that shit.
He won it. Yeah,
he won that shit. That's how good he plays.
Hearing his stories about like going. Like being like essentially like a traveling pool hustler and like popping into a town where you heard there was some game and you travel with like a couple other people. One guy would like sense it out. He would go play a couple games, see who's there, and then Jeremy would just come in and just clean up for 2 weeks straight, and then you're out of there.
Yep.
It is.
And you play like you suck at first.
At first, right? That's right. Yeah, the first week you just let people beat up on you a little bit, and then the second week you eat their lunch.
Depends on how thick your bankroll is. You know, like if you could start off like just you only got like 150 to lose. You know, like you have your gambling money, and like what can we fuck with before we start getting into real money? Because if you want to get somebody on the hook, you don't want to get them on the hook for $100. You want to get them on the hook for $5,000.
Hook means you want them to have the confidence that they'll beat you.
Well, when they're on the hook is when they're fucked. Right. So you let them win a few games, and then you say, let's bet some fucking real money.
Yeah.
And, you know, you look nervous and shit, and then you get a game for $5,000. You're like,
you clean up.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And then you loosen up, then all of a sudden the stroke is smooth, and he's like, what the fuck
what
happened?
happens like midway through that game when someone realizes they're being hustled?
Oh, they get mad. I've been there. Not with me. I was never good enough to hustle people, but my friend Johnny was a professional pool hustler. My friend Johnny was a homeless guy.
Not the guy from Connecticut?
No, that's Tommy.
That's
Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy was different. Tommy wasn't as crazy as Johnny. Like, Tommy's clean and sober. He has been. Like, he smokes a little weed, but like his whole life he never drank, never did drugs.
Right.
And he was an elite pool player. But Johnny actually used to play at the subways too. He used to go down. He was a musician, so he would had a little keyboard and shit.
Yeah.
And that was one of the ways that he made money. But he would hustle people. That's how I met him. He tried to hustle me. Yeah, he just comes over and he starts, talking like, dude, you play pretty good. You want to play some? And I was like, what? What are you talking about, man?
Did you have the defenses up? Like
right away, I knew. I could smell a predator. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
So,
and we became friends.
So he sees it. Do you respect the hustle?
100%.
Okay, so within pool, someone trying to hustle you, it's not seen as like an act of aggression at all. It's just like this is part of the game.
Part of the fun.
Yeah,
it's part of the fun.
Oh, so you almost appreciate when someone's
100% because you don't know. Like, is this guy fucking with me? You play good. Do you play good? And you don't know. Did you ever see the movie The Color of Money?
No. This is with,
there's a scene where
what was it?
Paul Newman and Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker hustles Paul Newman.
Yeah.
And he at one point in time, Paul Newman goes, "Are you a hustler? Are you a hustler?" Because Paul Newman in the movie The Hustler was the guy who did that to other people. He pretended he sucked, and then he would eventually get all their money.
Yeah.
And he goes, and Forrest Whitaker looks at him and goes, "What? You want to quit?" Hey! He goes, "You can quit." And he's like, "Fuck you." He's like, "All right, let's go." And then he's got him on the hook because he's better than him. And Paul Newman has to realize, oh my God, this young guy is better than me. And he's stealing my money. And at the end, he asks him a question. He goes, "Can I ask you a question? do you think I need to lose some weight? And he just smiles at him, and he just walks out. Because, Forrest Whitaker's fat.
Yeah.
He just smiled at him, and he just peels the hundreds off the table and leaves. That's part of the fun.
Really.
Part of the fun is like maybe you're going to get got. But it can only happen in two ways.
But
if you are naive
Yeah.
or if you suck. Because if you're the best, you can't get hustled.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is like in just regular life, if somebody was trying to hustle me, I would be like, fuck you, you're an asshole.
Right.
But there's a different, it's almost like prison rules. Like there's a different set of rules. Like being racist is wrong in regular life. And then everybody goes into prison. It's like, all right, we're going to divide this thing up a little bit, We're going to throw it back to the 1800s. You guys over here, we're going here, right? Like, and it's just like, I don't even know if they look at it as hateful. I think they're like, this is just what we got to do to make it through. I assume that's kind of more or less what, I'm sure there's hateful guys within it, yes.
Yeah.
But like, so I just find it interesting when people have different rule sets that they operate within society.
Yes.
And I feel like this is one of them where a guy's coming over to essentially steal your money, but you understand that the game is that. So you're like, okay, I'm going to let you like riz me up a little bit. Like I'm going to let you fake charm me and I might actually get you over. And there's no animosity between the sharks.
Have you ever seen two elite pool players talk about the game, about like setting up a game? They're like, I don't know, I haven't been playing.
Yeah.
I haven't been hitting balls. I'm not really. I can't give you any weight, man. I'm just not playing that good.
Weight is like
a spot.
Yeah.
So like if 9-ball, if you and I were playing 9-ball and you were kind of good, I would say, look, I'll give you the 8-ball, which means you could win by pocketing the 8-ball or the 9-ball. It way increases your ability to win the game because you can make combinations. You could luck in the 8-ball, luck in the 9, and I would say it's call or wild.
What does that mean?
So it's wild. It means you could knock into some balls and accidentally knock in the 8-ball and you'd win the game.
Yeah.
I would say, I'll give you the call shot 8, and you're like, no, I need it wild. And we'd have this conversation. I need it wild, and I need the breaks. Like, oh, I don't know about the breaks. And you'd have to like work out a game, a spot. Yeah. So like that's where the hustling comes in because someone pretends they need weight that can beat you. They can beat you already, and then they get you to give them weight.
So now you got a lot of confidence going in. You're like, this guy sucks to the point where I got to give him.
Do you know open micers that are way too confident for their actual ability? You know open micers that think they're doing well, or guys in the beginning?
I'll be honest, I don't know any open micers anymore.
But
We've been doing it 20 years. Yes,
But you remember?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
That's the same way with pool players. There's pool players that are kind of okay, but think they're a lot better than they are. And if they're a moron and you could dance with their ego a little bit, like, dude, I saw you play Mikey. You're fucking amazing, man. When you get loose, you're way better than me. And the guy's like, well, I'll give you a spot. And then next thing you know, he's giving you the 8-ball and he can't beat you even. It's half of the fun. Jeremy Jones told me a story about how he hustled Marcus Shamat. Marcus Shamat is like a world-class pool player, like a top-flight pool player. And he hustled him by getting him to give him weight. And Jeremy could beat him even.
And why would Marcus do it? Like he must
because he didn't know any better. He didn't know who Jeremy was. Jeremy came in with a fake name.
Okay, that makes sense. That's crazy.
Well, they all had fake names.
Yeah.
They all had fake names.
Yeah, he told me that when he was coming down to Texas to get those games. Like, you come up with a fake name and like somebody else talks about you.
Yes.
Like your buddy who goes in to kind of like scope it out talks about you.
He gambles high. Yeah. He's a wild. He loses a lot, but he's not scared to gamble, and everybody loves to hear that kind of stupid talk.
Yeah.
Do you know who Efren Reyes is?
Yo, you told me about this guy, and then I started looking him up.
Bro.
But what was his other name?
Cesar Morales.
Yes.
He came here from the Philippines. This is how strong he was. From another country, he had to change his name.
This is before Google, before Wikipedia.
Google. Bro, there's a black and white photo. There's a black and white photo that I have a T-shirt of where it's like Morales stuns the field at Reds. He came over from the Philippines and robbed everybody. Robbed the best pool players in America. He had to fake his name. Because if he said Efren Reyes, you'd see the look on the Filipinos' face. They're like, Efren's here. Efren's here.
Yeah.
Bata. They called him Bata. The kid.
Was this... I wonder if this is like early days...
That's it. Look at that.
Oh, that's
Look at that photo, bro. Black and white photo.
Swagged out, all of them.
1985.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't have to be black and white in 85. But that dude rolled over here and started fucking people up.
It says his name on there.
Oh, signs his
Cesar.
name Efren Reyes. Well, you know what it is? Because when he played in the tournament, he went under the name of Cesar Morales. Then he had to collect his money. He needed like a real name where he had ID to cash the
To
check.
cash a check.
The bottom
yeah.
says there's another guy that was using an alias too.
Well, Wade Crane. Wade
Yeah.
Crane would go around as Billy Johnson. That was his nom de plume when he was hustling.
Yeah.
Billy Johnson. But he was Wade Crane. He
Yeah.
was this big fucking like linebacker looking dude who had a cannon for a break. Just boom.
Yeah.
And then it would just run out on people all over the country. And but the thing is, if you rob lemons, that's when you're getting in fights. So if you rob regular
What's a lemon?
people, that's a regular guy who doesn't really play pool,
Yeah.
and you hustle him, that's when you get in fights because they don't know how this whole thing works.
Yeah, because
they
you
don't
lied to
know
me
the
and stole my
rules
money.
of engagement.
Yeah.
they think it's a crime. You know
But
that
does that
you
look
play
down
better
upon?
than you really.
Amongst the sharks?
You
no,
don't
right?
play
Everything's
lemon.
foot.
You have to be like really desperate to
Got
play
it.
lemons. If you find some idiots just knocking some 8 balls around and you could tell they can't play at all,
Yeah.
and you start talking shit to get in their ego and you convince one of these dummies to play you for money, you're stealing money.
Yeah.
And they might kill you.
Yeah.
But if you do it to a guy who's involved in a gambling match for pool,
Yeah, that's
like if
different.
him and his buddies are playing and they're
Professional fighters
Yes.
fighting each other. Yeah.
Exactly. It's the rules of engagement. And amongst pool players, it's part of the fun. It's
Yeah.
like they'll go for an hour and a half without making a game. Just talking
yeah.
shit about different spots. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need that.
Because they're addicted to that part too.
Oh, yeah.
Like sometimes,
Foreplay.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go right in there.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Suck on it a little.
yeah. Let's get the juices flowing. Come on.
It's fun to,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun to enjoy something. Especially
Yeah,
like
when
at
you
this
sit
stage
down
of
at
life.
a restaurant, you don't immediately get food stuffed right in your face.
Yeah.
You sit down, have a glass of wine, you start talking. Let me
Yeah.
tell you what this guy told me, and then you're like, whoa, and you're having
But
fun.
are you doing that when you're playing? Like you said, you're playing how many hours a week now?
It depends. Sometimes I'll play like 2 hours in a day, every day.
Okay, so let's say you're playing bare minimum. Let's say 10 hours a week.
Right. That's not
Is-
good enough.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I remember when we were talking last time. You said that like,
Pros play 8 hours a day.
yeah, but you said some crazy shit. You said you're like, I don't start playing well until like hour 6 or something.
Hour
like,
2.
You said some shit about like
Yeah.
I need to be a little drunk. I need to be like a little loose. Like
No, not drunk. A little high helps.
it was what you started like
Yeah.
everything that goes against what should work for like your physical ability.
Right.
I don't know. So you mentioned something about like flow or something. I think this is with Jones too. Like Jones, was like I like getting into it. Like he was like I'll play for like 6 hours and then I'm starting to really kind of warm up. I'm locking
Yes.
in. I'm dialing in.
Yeah.
like- and that's why it's like first to 100. Like that's another thing I didn't realize. I didn't realize guys are playing 100 games over like 2 days.
3 days. 120 is a big one. that
I
they
thought
do.
it's like we play a couple. It's like best out of 5. And he's like, no. Like you're up, and sometimes part of it is being able to outlast them. Mm-hmm. Like the exhaustion
Yes.
takes over, and sometimes people tap out.
Well, its concentration goes away. The concentration of focusing on an edge of a ball at distance, and then also not moving your arm off